Hello students. Mm, Today I will discuss mechanical system subjected to rotational motion. So far we considered mechanical system subjected to translational motion, and this is one more form, the same mechanical system subjected to rotational motion. I hope you remember in translational motion, force, velocity, acceleration, displacement will be the terms used in the rotational system. Inertia, torque, spring, friction, angular displacement, angular velocity are the terms used. So those are all the outcome from the rotational system. So procedure will remain same. You need to understand the concept, you need to understand the sketch, okay, which are the common elements, what will happen, which will come, like what are the elements will come under the angular displacement. So in rotational system, we will consider the angular displacement. If you see here, the applied torque is T of T. So due to this applied torque, we have three displacements. So that is theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. And you should understand which are all the mechanical elements undergoing purely theta 1, and which are the elements like are subjected to theta 1 as well as theta 2. So common elements and purely undergoing a particular displacement you need to identify. So based on that, you will write equivalent system. Okay. So step one will be writing equivalent mechanical system. So this will be your step one. So now we have an applied torque of T of T. So here, when applied torque T of T is subjected, the J1, okay, J1 and B2, J1 and B2 will undergo purely theta 1, okay, whereas K1, B1 act as a common element between theta 1 and theta 2. So similarly, J2, B4 will undergo the displacement of theta 2, angular displacement, whereas B3 act as a common element between theta 2 and theta 3, and B5, J3, K2 undergo purely theta 3. So we understood the common elements. So if I want to write in simple form, so we have three displacement, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. Okay. So I will write in front of theta 1 as a mechanical element which will be undergoing purely theta 1. So that is inertia J1 and B2. Okay. So the common element I will write in between. So this is common element. So common element will be B1, K1, B1, K1. So common element in between theta 1 and theta 2. So the element undergoing theta 2, it will be B4, J2 and B4. In similar way, common element between theta 2 and theta 3, that is B3, okay, B3 and no other element. So element undergoing purely theta 3, that is J3, B5, K2. So using this, you need to write the equivalent mechanical system. So first step is you need to represent the displacement, angular displacement. So in terms of node, theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3. So element undergoing theta 1. So that is J1, B2. We have two elements. So number one block will represent J1. Okay, you just ground that. And the second block will represent B2. And again, ground that. Okay, so you can see the common element. So the common element between theta 1 and theta 2, I have represented B1 and K1. So let me represent A1 and B. This act as a common element, K1 and B1. So under theta 2, let me represent J2, B4. And B4. J2 and B4. B4 is the friction. B4. And the common element in between theta 2 and theta 3 are only B3. So B3 acts as a common element. And under theta 3 we have three more elements starting with J3, inertia, and B5, and the final one is a spring, is K2. K2. And for all this, we have the torque applied at node 1. So I will provide one more, that is the applied torque, that is T of T at node 1. Okay, so there is no torque applied any other node. So this will be your equivalent mechanical system. Based on this, we shall write the equilibrium equation one by one. Total 3 angular displacements available, that is theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. So in the similar way, we shall start writing equation. Okay. So you represent the node. Okay, the node portion has to be erased. This. Yeah. So all are projecting from theta 3. So this is equivalent mechanical system. So let me start with first equation. Please listen. I will try to explain from the initial part. Okay, you have already understood the method of obtaining equilibrium equation of a mechanical system subjected to translational motion. Here it is subjected to rotational motion. So you should remember what are the terms that will come under translational and what are the terms that will come under rotational. So previously we used to talk about force voltage analogy, force current analogy, writing in terms of force to voltage, force to current. Here torque to voltage, torque to current. Okay, so our first equation will be at node 1. So let me consider at node 1. So that is at theta 1. Okay, so we have applied torque, that is T of T. So let me represent that is T of T in the LHS. in RHS, under node 1, we have J1 inertia and friction B2. Okay, and we know the torque due to inertia. The formula I will write here. So torque due to inertia, that is represented by J multiplied by d square theta by dt square. So this is the formula that we have already discussed. Okay, and rest spring and friction will behave in the same manner whether it is a translational or rotational motion, that you remember. So here we will consider the inertia, so that is j into d square theta by dt square. Theta is nothing but angular displacement. Note, in case if they have given like theta of t, you can consider the same. In case in the exam, if they have given theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, so it is understood these variables are time dependent. Okay, so need not to re-represent the same. Okay, yeah. So theta t. So under theta 1, we have J1 and B2. So J1, nothing but the torque equation, that is rewritten as inertia J multiplied by d square theta by dt square. So the particular angular displacement is theta 1. So let me represent J1, okay, multiplied by d square theta 1 by dt square. So this will be the equation plus B2. So friction B2 equation, that is B2 multiplied by differentiation of theta 1 with respect to dt. I hope you remember the equation for friction. Okay, so and we have, so these two elements are undergoing purely theta 1, and similarly we have common elements k1 and b1. You need to represent the same. So for spring, it is spring constant multiplied by the displacement. So here the same k1 multiplied by displacement. Since we are considering node 1, theta 1 minus theta 2. Theta 1 minus theta 2 plus b1 multiplied by difference of theta 1 minus theta 2 whole divided by dt. Okay, so this will represent equation 1, okay, at node 1. Equation 1 at node 1. So this is equilibrium equation at node 1. So similarly, let me represent at node 2. At node 2, so this will be the point, and we have any torque is applied. No torque is applied, so consider LHS as 0, and we have J2 B4 as an element purely undergoing theta 2, and common element as B3 as well as K1 B1. K1 B1 act as a common element between theta 1, theta 2. B3 act as a common element between theta 2, theta 3. Okay. So at node 2, so let me represent the equation J2. So J2 theta square d square theta 2 d square theta 2 by dt square plus, and I have B4 differentiation of theta 2 with respect to dt, and I have a common element. So K1, since it is a node 2, represented as theta 2 minus theta 1 plus B1 is also common element, differentiation of theta 2 minus theta 1 dt. And I have B3 as a common element, I represent B3 differentiation of theta 2 minus by dt. Okay, this equation is the second equation at node 2. Similar fashion, let me write down at node 3. at node 3. Okay, so please check. At node 3, I have J3, check the figure also, B5 and K2. 3 elements undergoing purely theta 3 and one common element, that is B3. Okay. If I start to write the equation, equilibrium equation, LHS, no torque is applied, 0. And I have J3 multiplied by d square, respective displacement is theta 3 by dt square plus B5. So differentiation of theta 5, sorry, theta 3, it's not theta 5. Theta 3 with respect to dt, and I have K2 multiplied by the angular displacement theta 3 plus, now I have a common element, that is B3, differentiation of theta 3 minus theta 2 by dt. This is equation number 3. Okay, so total we had 3 displacements and we have written 3 equilibrium equation. Okay, by considering the elements undergoing respective angular displacement. So this complete 3 equation is based on the mechanical system. Now our actual role is to rewrite the same. Okay, rewrite the same in terms of force voltage analogy and sorry, not force voltage, it is torque voltage and torque current analogy. So let me write the first one. First one, torque voltage analogy. Okay, and we need to write the circuit diagram also. For this, I will consider my replacement. Okay, in terms of torque, we will consider voltage. So let me write that. In terms of torque T, you need to consider voltage V. In terms of J, inertia, you need to consider C. So previously, undergoing translational, instead of mass, we were considering, sorry, it's not C, it is L. Yeah, that instead of mass, J, we are considering mass. Mass will be replaced by L, that is inductance. So similarly here, J will replace L and B will behave as the same. So friction will replace R, resistance, and K is the spring constant will replace. You need to remember this 1 by C, reciprocal of capacitance. Okay, and in the same fashion, we will represent theta as Q. Okay, theta as Q. Q is nothing but the charge. Okay, theta is angular displacement. So in order to write in terms of current, that is flow of current, what we will do? So if I differentiate both sides, okay, differentiation of theta with respect to dt, this will give differentiation of Q with respect to dt. Okay, the same I will start from here. Okay, the same equation. Okay, d theta by dt. So differentiation of rate of change of charge with respect to time, we call it as an I. So the same I will represent d theta by dt, that is dq by dt as I. You can represent I. And again, if I apply the integration, what will happen? So theta is equal to integration of I dt. Okay, in case if you want to represent in terms of current, so theta you can represent as, if I apply integration on both ends. Okay, so this will become theta. So here integration of I dt. Again, if I apply the differentiation, d theta by dt, that is equal to I. And if I apply one more differentiation, double differentiation, d square theta by dt square, that is equal to di by dt square. Sorry, d square, sorry, yeah, d differentiation of I with respect to dt. So this is the modification that you need to do while representing the torque voltage analogy. I repeat, torque will be replaced by voltage, inertia, inductance, friction, resistance, and spring constant, a reciprocal of capacitance. So we shall consider theta, angular displacement, as charge, flow of charge. So if I differentiate both ends, d theta by dt, this will be dq by dt. So rate of change of charge we call in the terms of current. So that is I. We will represent I is equal to dq by dt. And if I apply the integration on both ends, so this will be theta and this will be integration of I dt. Okay. Again, if I apply the differentiation on both ends, d theta by dt, that is equal to I. So apply one more differentiation, di by dt. See, we are converting that in order to substitute here. See, for example, see for the first equation, if I want to represent in torque voltage analogy, J1 will be replaced by L1 and d square theta 1 by dt square will be replaced by this particular equation, that is di by dt. Okay. So we shall write the first equation in terms of torque voltage. Okay. So equation number 1, at node 1. So we are talking about the torque voltage. So T will be replaced by V. So V of T is equal to J1 will be replaced by L1 and d square theta 1 by dt square will be replaced by di1 by dt. In similar way, plus B2 will be replaced by, so B2 will be replaced by R. So I will write R2 and differentiation of theta 1 by dt, that is I. So that is I1 plus K1. Again, I made a mistake. K, it's not K1. We are writing in terms of electrical network. So K will be replaced by 1 by C, that is 1 by C1. Okay. Theta 1. So theta is nothing but integration of I dt. So integration of, we have theta 1, that is I1 minus I2. I1 minus I2 dt. Okay. In similar way, we shall represent the B1. Okay. B1 as R. R1. So again, theta 1, theta 2, we shall represent in terms of just a minute, B1. Yeah, let me check. B1 will be replaced by R. R1 within bracket, this will be I1 minus I2. That is differentiation of theta 1 with respect to dt, that is this term d theta by dt, that is I1 minus I2. Okay, so this will be the complete equation with respect to torque voltage analogy. Equation number 1. Say, I repeat, V of t, that is compare only with first equation. Okay, we are talking only the first equation and we are writing with respect to node 1. T of t will be replaced by V of t. You can check here, T of t will be replaced by V. J will be replaced by L1. D square theta 1 by dt square will be replaced by di1. So using this relation, okay, di1 by dt plus b will be replaced by r, b2 will be rewritten as r2. So differentiation of theta 1 with respect to dt using this equation, we will write it as I1 plus k1 will be replaced by 1 by c1 using this relation 1 by c1.
Sir, is that d square?
Yes.
So,
Yeah, tell me.
is that d square theta by dt square is di by dt?
Yes, yes, yes. Let me check.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, understood. D square theta by dt square is di by
Yes, sir.
dt. Yeah, it is not dt square, it is di by dt. You understood this conversion from torque? I have made conversion from here and completed the last one. I have considered theta as theta in terms of mechanical system, that is angular displacement. In electrical, it is charge. What I am doing, I am differentiating both the side. You consider this as LHS and this as RHS. Apply the differential. So this will be with respect to time. dt by differentiation of theta with respect to dt. Same differentiation of q with respect to dt. And what I am doing, in next step, I am rewriting this differentiation of q with respect to dt as I. That is rate of change of charge with respect to time is nothing but current. Next, I am applying the integration both part with respect to time, that is this will become theta and this will become I dt. And again, subject the differentiation d theta by dt, that is equal to I, d square theta by dt square, that is equal to di by dt, in order to write the first equation. So the same has been rewritten here and we can obtain the electrical equation. So that is at node 1. And so I will show one more node, okay, and next I will jump to the circuit diagram. The third equation I will give as an homework. Please obtain the third equation on your own. Okay, any doubt, please ask me. So let us consider at node 2. Okay, this is for my reference. Okay, at node 2, so 0 as it is. Okay, J2, L2, I will replace L2, and similarly d square theta 2 by dt square. So consider the equation, we can represent it as differentiation of I2 with respect to dt. So it was theta 2, I have written as I2. Okay, next, plus I have B4. B I will rewrite as resistance R, R4. So the differentiation of theta 2 by dt, that is, I will represent as it as I2, R4, I2. Okay. Plus, so you know that voltage equation V is equal to I into R. Similar way, we have doing the same thing. Plus, K will be replaced by 1 by C. That is, K1 will be replaced by 1 by C1. And here we have theta 2 minus theta 1. So theta is nothing but, if you check here, I dt. So what I will do, integration of in I2 minus I1 within bracket dt. And again I have B1, differentiation of theta 2 minus theta 1 by dt. So B1 will be replaced by R1. So differentiation of theta 2 with respect to dt, I can rewrite this complete term as differentiation of theta 2 with respect to dt minus differentiation of theta 2 with respect to dt. So differentiation of theta with respect to dt as I. So I2 minus I1. And I have one more term, that is B3. Again, I will represent as B as R3. So again, this will be I2 minus I3. So this is equation number 2 when I consider in terms of torque voltage analogy. See, equation 3, so please write on your own. It will be an assignment. Please do that. Let me continue with the network diagram. Okay, so how to represent its network. So I used to tell you in torque voltage or force voltage analogy, you need to check the number of displacement. So here, if you see, we have 3 displacement, and these 3 displacement will represent you the 3 loop. Okay, so let me write down that. So the first loop, second loop, and the third loop. Okay, so in first loop, I1, I2, I3, and we shall replace, we shall connect the electrical element in series by considering the mechanical system. Okay, so if I check under theta 1, okay, just a minute. The zoom. Yeah. Yeah. If you check under theta 1, we have J1, B2. So J will be replaced by L and B will be replaced by R. And we have a common element, that is K1 and B1. So let me copy the statement that I have written here, and I will copy paste the same. So this will be helpful in order to write my electrical network. Okay. See, under theta 1, J1 and B1, and the replacement also you need to consider. So let me make a space. So here 2 element, and I will represent 2 element here. Again, 2 element. So one common element, and again here 2 element. Okay. So the common element will come in between. Yeah. So here J1 I will replace with L1. Okay. B2 will be replaced by R2, the resistance. So these are in series, and I will connect the common element as parallel. Again, B1 I will have R1. Okay. K1 as C1. And you should know KC1 will be 1 by K, reciprocal. Similar way here, L2 instead of J2, and R4. R4 instead of B4, and the common element will be B3. Oh, sorry. B nothing but resistance I need to represent. That is R3, and here J3 will be replaced by inductor L3, and I will have R5. So you can represent one more element here that will be series only. It will not be in parallel. In case if you have doubt, you can just extend this and you can represent. Okay, or else you can represent here the, that is C2. Okay, So this will not act as an parallel. Okay, it will be in series. Okay. Now what we do is we will measure here. We will measure what V of t. So this will be your electrical network in terms of torque voltage. So the same we shall consider. Okay, those who have Infosys API can leave. Okay, need not to stay here. Okay, you practice and you can continue. Okay, so those who have, you can leave. So let me continue with the other form, that is torque current analogy. That is, in simple way you can represent Ti. Okay, so in torque I will show how to rewrite the equation. The only one equation I will show, and I will move on to the network diagram. Okay, so before that, let me copy my mechanical system, the first equation. So yeah, see, this is the equation that I am copying with respect to return. Yeah, so please consider the above equation. Okay, so the above equation that is at node 1 with respect to mechanical system, and now with respect to torque current analogy, so we need to consider certain modification, so that I will write. So we will consider torque in terms of current I, and again J in terms of C, and B as 1 by R, K 1 by L, and again we consider theta as flux. Okay, again if I do the differentiation of theta with respect to dt, that is equal to differentiation of psi with respect to dt. This rate of change of flux with respect to time will be represented as, I will write here, d theta by dt, that as V voltage. Okay, so nothing but V of t. So if I apply the integration, what will happen? So this will become theta, this will become V, integration of V dt. And again, if I apply the differentiation of theta with respect to dt, this will become V. And further double differentiation, d square theta dt square will be represented as differentiation of V with respect to dt. So this modification we will consider for writing the equation with respect to torque current analogy. At node 1, so similar fashion, T I will rewrite as I of t, like T of t as I of t, that is equal to J1 I will represent in terms of C, that is C1 d square theta 1 by dt square as differentiation of V1 with respect to dt square, and the second one B2 I will rewrite as, so B2 as 1 by R2, see, B2 as 1 by R2, and differentiation of theta 1 with respect to dt, so differentiation of theta with respect to t as V, so that will be V1. Okay, so further the equation is K1 as 1 by L1 So theta 1 I will represent as an integration of v of t. So integration of v1 minus v2 dt. Okay, and I have one more element, that is b1. So b1 I will represent as 1 by r1. Okay, so this I can represent as d theta 1 by dt minus d theta 2 by dt. D theta 1 by dt, that is v1. v1 minus v2. Equation 1 with respect to torque current analogy. So this is how you will write the equation. And finally, if you want to rewrite the electrical network, yesterday also I have shown, so you can write down the same network by replacing the electrical elements. Okay, instead of T of T, you can write I of T. Instead of J, you can write C1. Instead of B, you can write R. So theta instead of V. So I hope it's easy to rewrite the equations, okay, in terms of torque voltage as well as torque current analogy. So this is all about mechanical system, okay, undergoing both rotational as well as translational system. In examination, any type of problem they may ask. So very easy substitution. Write down the equivalent mechanical system and its equilibrium equation, and convert the same into torque voltage or force voltage, or torque current or force current analogy. Okay. So next, we shall consider one more variation, that is models of thermal system. Okay, and this is an example of heat transfer system. Okay, heat transfer system. Okay, see, we have in our syllabus mechanical system, electrical system, thermal system, hydraulic and pneumatic system. So these are all the models, and we need to write its mathematical equation. That is the modeling, mathematical model. I already mentioned the definition of mathematical model. It is nothing but the representation of dynamic characteristics of a given system. So we are doing the same. So we have considered the mechanical system as well as electrical system, and we have written its mathematical equation, and we have know how to analyze that. So further analysis will be done. So you need to, the step one will be how you will write the mathematical model. Okay, for mechanical, electrical, we have undergone that, and we also know that the direct analogy and inverse analogy. So now we are moving to the thermal system. So, and we have taken an example of heat transfer system. See, here it is an electric heating element, so which is provided in a tank. Okay, in order to heat the water. Okay, and we will assume certain conditions here. The first one is no heat storage in the insulation. Okay, so this is the insulation, the first assumption that we will make, that is no heat storage in the insulation. And the second, all the water in the tank is perfectly mixed and hence have uniform temperature. This is the consideration that will be assuming before solving the, before writing the mathematical equation. Okay, so for this, your fundamentals of thermal subjects is important. Okay, I will just mention its equation, how to write. Like starting, you can see here what is theta I. So theta I is nothing but inlet water temperature, and theta naught outlet water temperature. So you can see here theta I This is inlet and theta naught as an outlet, and theta is nothing but surrounding temperature, and Q is the rate of heat flow from heating element in joule per second. Okay, so Qi, rate of heat flow to the water, and Qt, rate of heat flow through the tank insulation, C, thermal capacity, and R is thermal, that is resistance. Okay, what is this thermal resistance and thermal capacity? Okay, um, thermal resistance is nothing but ratio of change in temperature to the change in heat flow. We call that as a thermal resistance. In similar way, thermal capacitance, it is the rate of heat storage with respect to rise in temperature. So we call that as a thermal capacitance. Now first we shall consider the rate of heat flow. Okay, rate of heat flow for the water tank. So that is given by, so rate of heat flow is nothing but Qi. So it is given in terms of Qi is equal to C into differentiation of theta naught by dt. So this is the equation. Nothing but C is thermal capacity and theta naught is nothing but outlet temperature. That is the rate of change of outlet temperature with respect to time. So that is Qi. And again, the rate of heat flow from the water to the surrounding, so that is represented by Qt. Okay, we are, see why we are finding this Qi and Qt in order to calculate the value of Q, that is the rate of heat flow from heating element. So Qt is nothing but theta naught minus theta by R. Okay, so we know that heat transfer principle, that is Q is equal to Qi plus Qt. So this is the heat transfer principle. So Qi is nothing but rate of heat flow to the water, and Qt is rate of heat flow through the tank insulation. And if I substitute both the value Qi and Qt, so the equation will be, if I substitute both 1 and 2 in the Q, so final Q is equal to C into differentiation of theta naught with by dt plus theta naught minus theta by R. See, simple, we will represent this complete equation in terms of output by input. So how to represent that I will show. So for the same equation, if you take the Laplace transform, okay, it is in time domain. So if I take the Laplace transform, it will be Q of S, C as a constant, differentiation of theta naught is nothing but, so we will have S into theta naught of S plus, this will be theta as a constant, theta naught of S by R, and we will neglect this theta by R. So the condition, because neglecting the theta R, because variation of the temperature in theta naught is over and above the ambient temperature. Due to this reason, we will neglect theta. So I can rewrite the theta by R. So this part we will neglect, because the variation of the temperature theta naught is above the ambient temperature. So that is the reason we will neglect this, and we will write in terms of C into S into theta naught of S plus theta naught of S by R. Now the same I will represent as, if I take theta naught as common, theta naught of S by Q of S, that is equal to R by 1 plus SCR. See, this is the transfer function. As I said, the rate of like output by input. So this is the output value and this is the input value, and finally for this is the mathematical model. See, our role is to define the mathematical model to the given system. Given system, it could be a mechanical, electrical, thermal, hydraulic, pneumatic. Okay, any system can be asked. So you need to be in such a way that you need to represent its mathematical model. So why we derive this mathematical model? It will define its dynamic characteristics. If you want to analyze the further output, you can provide the input value as well as you can check the nature of the system, how it will behave. So that is the concept. You should understand how to derive the mathematical model. So for this class, it's enough till here. So we have done a problem based on the translational motion, rotational motion in mechanical system, and we have moved on to the thermal system. So in next class, I will consider one more example, that is a thermometer example, and we shall move on to the hydraulic as well as the pneumatic systems. Okay.